The following is a feature presentation of SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network.
The Pro Bowl, a sign of success for a player in a season. Once you've made it big here, well, you've definitely given yourself some credit on potential glory in the future. People will remember your name, that's for sure. Or at least that's the expected thing to be happening. But, of course, with the Pro Bowl comes the bragging rights. You play in this game and you win, and you get to lord it over all the other players that are in the other conference, at least for this season. And we're going to have that today. Welcome, everybody, to our presentation of the Pro Bowl here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. Hello, everybody. I am your host and broadcaster, Joe. This season has had a bunch of different exciting moments in it, but one thing is for sure, we have a ton of players who want to show off just what they are capable of. They have come into the Pro Bowl today, not able to get into the Super Bowl, sadly, so you won't see any Ravens or Eagles players, but they're coming into today with the expectation that they have had a good season. That's why they are here. They have made successful plays and been exciting to watch all season long, and now they want to show off what it is they can do for everybody in a fun little exhibition game for all of us. We are all excited to see what will happen between these players. We're going to take a small break here, and when we come back, we'll bring you down to Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida for the start of the Pro Bowl. And here we are at Camping World Stadium in Orlando, Florida. The AFC will call heads. It will indeed be heads, so they will elect to return the ball. So Younghoe Koo going to kick this off for the NFC, and back to return it for the AFC will be Marcus Jones. He'll take it from about the 4-yard line, and he'll get up to the 24. He stopped. Take a look at the starting offense for the AFC team. Joe Burrow, the starting quarterback out of the AFC from the Bengals. Behind him, you've got Jonathan Taylor and Breece Hall as your running backs. For the wide receivers, you've got George Pickens and Brian Thomas Jr. Tight end, you have Jonnu Smith, and he'll be lining up on the offensive line alongside David Andrews, Elijah Vera Tucker, Peter Skoronski, Trent Brown, and Laramie Tunsil. Andy Reid, the head coach of the AFC this year, and the offensive coordinator is Dan Pitcher of the Bengals. 1st and 10 for the AFC, a toss for Taylor, and he's going to run along the far side, still going, avoiding potential tackles, and finally taken down at about the AFC side of the ball on the 50. Burrow dropping back on this 1st and 10, going to throw it to his left for Taylor, but it's going to be incomplete. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the NFC in this case. Derek Brown, David Onyemata, and Aiden Hutchinson are the defensive linemen. Matthew Judon, Tremaine Edmonds, Lavonte David, and Cameron Jordan are your linebackers. Tremaine Edmonds and Lavonte David are the starters because Nakobe Dean, who was elected, will be playing in the Super Bowl next week. Trayvon Diggs and Devin Witherspoon are your corners. And at the safety positions, you have Justin Simmons and Donovan Wilson. Jimmy Lake, the defensive coordinator for the NFC this year, and the special teams coordinator is Tracy Smith of the Panthers. 2nd and 10 for the AFC. Burrow going to play action, dropping back, looking at throwing to his left for George Pickens, his division rival, and he's got him here for the touchdown for the AFC. Great connection from Bengal to Steeler, and this time intentional, unlike what you usually would get from when a Steeler takes a catch from a Bengals player's throw. And that extra point will go through by Evan McPherson. So Keyshawn Nixon will be back to return this for the NFC. He'll take it from about the 2 and get down to about the 11. Let's take a look at the starting offense for the NFC. Now, Dak Prescott, the starting quarterback for the NFC. Josh Jacobs and Christian McCaffrey are his running backs. At the wide receiver positions, you have CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson. Kyle Pitts, the tight end for the NFC. He'll be lining up on the line alongside Jake Brendel, Steve Avila, Damian Lewis, Darnell Wright, and Penei Sewell. Kyle Shanahan is the head coach for the NFC this year, and the offensive coordinator is Clay Kubiak. 1st and 10 for the NFC on their own 11-yard line. Handoff to McCaffrey does not go very far. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the AFC this time around. Miles Garrett, Grover Stewart, and Cameron Hayward are your defensive linemen. At the linebacker positions, you have TJ Watt, Terrell Bernard, Logan Wilson, and Khalil Mack. At the corner positions, you have Denzel Ward and Juju Brents. And for the safeties, it's Nick Cross and Jalen Elliott. Carol Austin will be the defensive coordinator for the AFC this year. And the special teams coordinator is Danny Smith. Second and 12 for the NFC. They're going to hand it off to McCaffrey, and he only gets about a yard on that one, so 3rd and 11. Prescott going to hand this one off to McCaffrey, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 11. They will be forced to punt. So this is Brian Anger, the Cowboys punter, and it will be Marcus Jones of the Patriots back to return. He'll take it from about the 24 and down to about the 29. So 1st and 10 for the AFC. Always fun when the Pro Bowl rolls around to see what these guys can do. Nobody really takes it all that seriously, which just makes this more fun. Aiden Hutchinson going to get the sack, though, on Joe Burrow. Just because you're not supposed to take this seriously does not mean that you try your hardest. As Taylor going to get taken down even further back to make it a 3rd and a mile. Men in motion for the AFC. Burrow dropping back. Got to get this one off for Breece Hall, the Jet of the New York Jets, who gets only about 6 on that one. So they will be forced to punt. And this is Ryan Stonehouse, who is the punter. And Keyshawn Nixon will be back to return, taking it from about the 13 or 14. And he'll get it up to about the 32. So good field position for the NFC to start with. 1st and 10 for them. Prescott tosses it to McCaffrey, who's going to run along the far side. Going to keep on going. And down at about the 49 of the AFC. So the NFC finally gets to be into opposing field position. As Prescott going to play action, roll to his right yet again. This time he's going to take it and go to about the 47, it looks like. So 2nd and about 8. Prescott going to throw this one to his left for Justin Jefferson, who dives for it, getting back up. Look at this man go. And down he goes to about the 8-yard line. 1st and goal on the 8. Prescott dropping back. Looking and throwing over the middle for Kyle Pitts. He's got the touchdown here. And so the NFC gets a chance to tie it up in this one. Assuming the extra point goes through. It's the Younghoe Koo to kick it through. The NFC runner-up, and he'll tie the game at 7. So Jones will be back to return. He'll take it from about the 6-yard line and gets to about the 9-ish, it looks like. 1st and 10 for the AFC. Burrow in shotgun formation. Gonna throw it to his left for Jonathan Taylor, incomplete. There were some blue jerseys in the area. You gotta be very careful here. But it's the Pro Bowl. Everyone just plays to have fun. As Burrow gonna hand this one off to Taylor. He's fighting for every yard he can get and takes it to the 20 or so. So 3rd and 5. Toss to Breece Hall. He's gonna run it up the middle. And he's got the 1st down and more as he gets to about the 29-yard line. Nice work by the AFC. Burrow going to hand this off to Hall, who gets about 1 yard, taken out in 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. My apologies there. So 2nd and 11 on the 28. A toss for Hall. It's a screen pass, and he's taken out behind the line for a loss of 6. 3rd and 17. Burrow in shotgun formation. Looking and throwing to his left for George Pickens, who's got this one. Look at him go, still on his feet, and gonna get taken down at about the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10, AFC. Burrow in shotgun formation. Looking for somebody open, throwing to his left for George Pickens, who dives for the touchdown. And that is what you watch the Pro Bowl for. Exciting plays like that. And with that, the AFC going to take the lead once again. And the extra point by Evan McPherson on the way. And it's good. 14-7. Nixon will be back to return. He'll get taken from about the 4-yard line, taken down around the 12 or 13. So 1st and 10. Prescott dropping back. Looking and throwing to his left for Jefferson, who leaps up to grab this one. Look at the exciting play. You gotta love exciting moments at the Pro Bowl as we end the 1st quarter. Always fun to just watch exciting things happen at this Pro Bowl. As McCaffrey gonna take this one and bring it to about the 48, it looks like, maybe 47. Either way, 2nd and 2, handed off to McCaffrey yet again, and he gets about 4 on that one. So enough for a 1st down. 1st and 10, NFC. Prescott throwing to his left for Justin Jefferson, who leaps up to grab this one. And I think Justin Jefferson might have this touchdown, and he does. The NFC and AFC both making this game fun to watch. It's a back and forth. And hopefully, if the Pro Bowl is this exciting, then the 2 best teams playing in the Super Bowl can make it just as exciting as this game tied up at 14 apiece. Younghoe Koo kicks it off. Jones will be back to return. Takes about a yard back. Gets up to the 10. Now to the, it looks like the 18 is where he'll be stopped. 1st and 10, AFC. Burrow dropping back. Looking for somebody open. Gonna throw it to his left for Smith, who was the closest man in the area. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now as Hall gonna run it up the middle. Doesn't get very far, only gets about 3. So it'll be 3rd and 7. Burrow going to play action. Looking and waiting. Throwing to his left for George Pickens, who dives for this one. And taken down around the 38 of the NFC, that is. 1st and 10 with 5:55 to go. Burrow gonna throw it to his left for George Pickens, who's got this one easily. Touchdown, AFC! What a season some of these players have been having, you know. Joe Burrow leading the Bengals to a 15-win season. George Pickens been doing pretty well with Russell Wilson as his quarterback. And that one going to go through to make it 21-14. Of course, we can't forget about what Evan McPherson has been able to do. Keyshawn Nixon going to be back to return this from about the 2.5. And he'll get up to the 22. 1st and 10. Prescott going to hand this one off to McCaffrey. And he's going to get to about the 30-yard line. 2nd and 2. Man in motion for the NFC. Prescott hands it off to Jacobs. And he is going to keep on going. Look at this man run. Josh Jacobs. What a season he's been having too with the Packers. 1st and 10. He had a great season. A lot of these guys had pretty good seasons, even if they didn't end the way that I think any of them wanted, as McCaffrey going to get a first down. 1st and 10 for the NFC on the AFC's 24. McCaffrey going to get a direct snap pretty much, but he gets taken down 5 yards back. So 2nd and 15. Prescott running out of time, throwing it to his left for Kyle Pitts, the Atlanta Falcon, who gets it to the 9-yard line. So 1st and goal on the 9. Man in motion for the NFC, as Jacobs going to get handed the ball, and he's going to run this in for a touchdown. And how about that? The Packers running back going to help the NFC tie up this game. Probably note we have only had 2 punts, 1 from each team in this entire game, and no turnovers. So this should definitely be an exciting game when we go into the second half, if it's just as exciting as what it is in the first half. Is Jones going to break a tackle at the 11 and gets taken down around the 17. 1st and 10 AFC. Burrow tossing it for Hall, who's going to run it up the middle, or tries to anyway. Going to get taken down about 3 yards back. 2nd and 13. Hand off to Taylor, who's going to run it along the far side, but going to get wrapped up and taken down after gaining only about 4 yards. Man in motion in front of Burrow, who's in shotgun. He's going to run forward, but David Onyemata there with the sack. Great work by Onyemata. And this punt by Stonehouse. Nixon going to be back to return it from the 31. And going to get past the 40 to the 50. Still going and down around the 45. So 1st and 10 here for the NFC. As Jacobs going to get handed the ball, running up the gut. Ran into a lineman, but still going, as he's going to get taken down around the 23, maybe 24 of the AFC. The NFC is going to call their first timeout. 1st and 10. NFC looking to take their first lead of the game. McCaffrey going to run along the far side. Gets to about the 16, it looks like. 2nd and 3. Prescott going to toss this one to McCaffrey, who's running along the far side and taken down around the 8-yard line. So 1st and goal on the 8. Prescott going to hand this one off to Jacobs, breaking tackles and taken down around the 4-yard line. So 2nd and goal on the 4 with 30 seconds to go. Prescott going to hand it off to Jacobs, and he gives the NFC their first lead of the game. Great work there by Josh Jacobs. What a runner he has been. He's done great work overall, honestly, for the Packers, and hopefully he will continue to do good work for the Packers when they go into next season, as Jones going to be back to return this. He will take it from about a yard deep in his own end zone. Gets up to the 10, now to the 20, still going 30, 35, 40. He's still on his feet, and now he's taken down around 47. But that is going to do it for the first half of play. The NFC going to have some good work here as they take a 7-point lead into halftime. Out of Stephen F. Austin, he's fumbled the ball, bouncing around before it's finally picked up by Mark Andrews, and Mark Andrews is going to take it for a scoop and score. That one nearly intercepted. Oh, it is intercepted! Eric Stone fumbled the ball! It's picked up by the Eagles! And they're going to score the touchdown! Dallas Goedert! That's right, folks, a friendly reminder. Tecmo Super Bowl 59 will be next week between the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles. Join us for the season finale of the 2024/2025 Tecmo season. The Tecmo Super Bowl awaits us, and that's coming up for you next week here on SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network. And so the NFC will be the ones to get the ball back to start the second half. Nixon will take this from the 1 and gets taken down around the 13. NFC doing some good work. They spent most of the first half trailing or tied, but they did get the lead near the end there, as that's a 7-yard run. 2nd and 3 for the NFC. Prescott going to try and run forward, avoiding a potential tackle, going to take it himself for the first down, and taken down around the 31. 1st and 10, NFC. Prescott dropping back, running out of time, throwing it to his left for Kyle Pitts, incomplete. There were some white jerseys nearby. Prescott going to hand this one off to Jacobs on this 2nd and 10. He's going to run along the far side, breaking a tackle and down around the 47. Pro Bowl, of course, a good way to show off some of the best players, or at least the fan favorites that are in the NFL in both conferences. As CeeDee Lamb, we haven't called him, but it's a familiar sight. Dak throws to CeeDee, and it's a touchdown, and the NFC extends their lead. It has been all offense pretty much all day today, with a few pretty decent plays on defense from both sides, as that's a 35-21 lead the NFC's got there. But it is the Pro Bowl. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in any football game. As Jones going to take that one up to about the 12. 1st and 10 for Burrow in the AFC. Taylor going to take this one and going to eventually fight through. Still going. Gets a first down and more. Gets to the 40, 50. Still on his feet. Down at the 41 of the NFC. 1st and 10, AFC. Burrow, play action. Looking for somebody open. Throwing it over the middle, incomplete. And it looked like that one was trying to go for Brian Thomas Jr., the rookie from the Jaguars. And 3-yard run makes it a 3rd and 7. Burrow going to toss this one to Hall. He's going to run along the near side and fights for every yard he can get. Does get the first down at the NFC's 26. 1st and 10 for the red team. Throw to the right for Thomas, and he's got this one. Brian Thomas Jr. Well, he's used to catching touchdown passes from a different cat quarterback, but he'll take it from Joe Burrow if he can't take it from Trevor Lawrence, who, by the way, is a reserve player. He's a backup player here, as that extra point goes through. Dixon will be back to return. He'll take it from about the 7-yard line up to the 25, 30, 35, 40. Well, a little bit short of the 40. But still, 1st and 10 for the NFC. Prescott dropping back. Gonna try and run forward now. And eventually gonna get taken down. Myles Garrett gets the AFC their first sack of the day. So 2nd and long. Prescott dropping back, throwing it to his left for Justin Jefferson, who is the only one in the area. Looks like Jefferson wasn't quite prepared this time. So 3rd and 14. Prescott going to try and run forward, getting wrapped up, and he's taken down by T.J. Watt. Maybe a different Watt than some people are used to seeing on the AFC side, but T.J. Watt, ever since he entered this league, did some great work. Same as what his brother did. So Brian Anger makes his 2nd punt of the day. Is Jones going to take this to about the 28-yard line? So 1st and 10, a chance for the AFC to try and tie this game back up. Hall going to take this one to about the 30. So only gained 2. 2nd and 8. Burrow hands it off to Hall, and down he goes for a run of 4 yards. 3rd and short. Burrow dropping back, looking for somebody open, throwing it over the middle for Jonnu Smith, but it's incomplete. And so the AFC forced to punt this time. Looks like the defense getting their work in, as Stonehouse is going to punt. Nixon will be back to return. And he'll take it from about the 4 or 5 yard line, breaking a tackle. Still going to the 20, 25, 30, 35, and down at about the 36 yard line. 1st and 10, NFC. Prescott tosses for McCaffrey. McCaffrey avoids potential tackles as he comes back to the middle and gets about 8 on that run. 2nd and 2. Prescott hands it off to McCaffrey. And down he goes, but he got the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 at about the 49 yard line. Prescott in shotgun formation. Looking. All kinds of time. Throwing it to his right for Lamb, who is wide open for the touchdown. NFC extend their lead. And so they will attempt to take a 2-score lead into the 4th quarter. Youngway Koo extra point is through. So Koo will kick it off. Jones will be back to return. No major defensive plays other than sacks and a couple big stops, as Jones is going to take that to about the 28. So that'll be where we end the 3rd quarter. We go into the 4th quarter with the AFC down by 2 touchdowns. Burrow looking for somebody open, throwing it to his left out of bounds. Incomplete. Looks like he just didn't like what he saw. 2nd and 10. Burrow looking and throwing it to his left for Pickens, but Pickens is out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Burrow going to play action. Got to get this one off in time. Barely does. Gets it for Brian Thomas Jr., who gets taken down on the AFC side of the 50. 1st and 10 AFC. Men in motion. Burrow hands it off to Taylor, who's still on his feet. And he's going to get to about the 36 of the NFC. 1st and 10, red team driving against the blue team. Taylor taking this one himself to about the 29 yard line. So 2nd and 4 following the 6 yard run by the Colts running back. Burrow dropping back, throwing it to his right for Smith, and he got it! Despite there being blue jerseys in the area. So 1st and 10, but Burrow taken down by Levante David of the Buccaneers for the loss of 11. 2nd and 21. Gonna hand it off to Taylor, who's running into linemen and stopped short about a yard. 3rd and 22. Burrow, play action, looking for an open man, throwing it to his right for Brian Thomas Jr., who's got, well, back to where the set of downs kind of started. And the AFC going to go with the Evan McPherson 33-yard field goal attempt. And it is good. They've decided to go for the points. Maybe try to get the ball back. But hey, it is also the Pro Bowl. Maybe show off what Evan McPherson can do outside of just extra points. Onside kick recovered by Christian McCaffrey and taken to the 50. I think to the AFC side of 50, actually. So 1st and 10 NFC. Prescott running out of time. Gonna throw this one to his left for Kyle Pitts. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. Blue team leading by 11. Prescott tosses for McCaffrey, who's gonna run along the far side. Still going. Look at this man run. Taken down around the 31. 1st and 10 NFC. Prescott going to play action. Roll it to his right. Avoids a potential tackle by Garrett. Throws it over the middle. And it's intercepted by the AFC. Couldn't quite tell who that was. But either way, we still got ourselves a fun little Pro Bowl game here. Jonathan Taylor going to take this one himself for the first down and more. Gets taken down around the 48. 1st and 10. AFC. Man in motion for Burrow. Burrow going to try and get this one off to his left on a pass for Jonathan Taylor. 2nd and 10. Burrow going to play action. Look and throw over the middle for Hall. Breece Hall. And he's going to fight for every yard he can get. Taken down around the 29. 1st and 10 AFC. Men in motion. Burrow tosses for Taylor. Taylor running along the far side. And going to get taken down around the 25-yard line. 2nd and 6. Burrow dropping back, but the NFC gets through. Levante David credited with the sack to take it back to a 3rd and 12. Burrow. Play action. Looking for an open man, throwing to his left for Pickens, who's got the touchdown! I love the Pro Bowl whenever it gets exciting like this. Then again, I just love football games in general when they get exciting like this. So Evan McPherson kick on the way is up and good. So 42-38 is your score. AFC going for the onside kick. Only one or two teams have actually recovered an onside kick successfully this season. So 1st and 10 for the NFC. Prescott going to hand it off to Jacobs. And Jacobs running along the near sideline. Josh Jacobs still going. And he's going to get taken down around the 19-yard line maybe. 1st and 10. Prescott in shotgun formation. Going to try and run forward with it. Getting wrapped up. He's going to get strip sacked. And it's going to get recovered by Logan Wilson. How about that? The Cincinnati Bengals player gives some life for the AFC. A throw for George Pickens downfield is into NFC territory. And he's going to get back up and get taken down at the NFC's 28. And so the AFC electing to call timeout here. 1st and 10, men in motion for the AFC. Taylor going to take this one, running along the far sideline, still going, and taken down around the 16-yard line. 1st and 10, AFC. Burrow looking, throwing it over the middle for Jonnu Smith. The Miami Dolphin gets it to the 5. Final timeout for the AFC. 1 minute to go. They're down by 4. Can they complete the comeback? NFC defense gets through, but he gets it off on the pass for Jonathan Taylor, who takes the lead for the AFC. So with 52 seconds left, this will be a 3-point game. NFC still has a chance. Remember, these are Pro Bowlers, so anything is possible. Nixon going to take this from about the 7. Going to get up to the 20. And down around the 24. 27 seconds left to go. They got ourselves a real fun match here, folks. Prescott dropping back. Looking for somebody open. Throwing it to his left for Justin Jefferson, who's running along the near sideline, but he's running out of time. And he will run out of time. So the AFC holds the NFC scoreless in the 4th quarter, which lets them win this game 45-42 and gives them bragging rights, or at least for another year they'll have those bragging rights. And that is going to do it for us here today, folks. A reminder to you all, we've got one last game in this Tecmo NFL season, and that's coming up for you next week. Tecmo Super Bowl 59 between the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles. So you'll want to stay tuned for that. For all of us here at SVGN, the Sports Video Game Network, I'm your host, Joe, saying good night, everybody!